All right, so to actually make cavatelli now, we have our rested dough. You're going to need your sharp knife. So you're going to cut off a section of the dough. It's very important that you take the remainder of the dough and you again wrap it tightly in plastic because you don't want it to dry out as you're working. So we'll wrap that up, set it aside. So at this point, I'm going to take my hands and I'm going to go ahead and roll this out. This is like Play-Doh for adults with a great end result because it sure tastes a lot better at the end. So we're going to roll it out from the center. Okay, and kind of work our way outward. Okay, and this is about the thickness that you're looking for. So I would say that's about 1/4 of an inch or so thick. Okay, you'll take your rope and you will cut it. At this point, it's very important that you have your bench flour handy in case you need it when you're shaping the pasta if it gets a little bit sticky. So you're going to take your knife and you will cut little, these are almost like gnocchi out of your rope. Okay, you'll take some of the flour, sprinkle it over, move them to the side, make sure that they're not sticking. Okay. Leave our other one aside for now. So this makes a lot of different shapes, but we're going to show two today. One is cavatelli, one is orecchiette. They're the two most commonly seen. Cavatelli, for example, you'll see very, very frequently. It's on a lot of menus at a lot of restaurants. Orecchiette comes from Puglia. They're little ears. So they're both made with the same beginnings. Make sure you've got a little bit of flour here. And they're both part of a family of pastas that translates to pastas that one would drag across the surface. So cavatelli made just on a cutting board. So no fancy tools needed here, just your hands. So you're going to take your thumb. You're going to use the side of your thumb. Okay, you've got the cut side up. You will press down and roll forward and follow through until it flips over. Okay, and you end up with your cavatelli. So cut side up, using the side of your thumb, you're going to press down and roll forward till you follow through. Okay, and you end up with these cavatelli. Very rustic, easy pasta to make. You can see eventually you don't even have to look. And you can make a lot of these very easily for a lot of people. So that is cavatelli without any fancy tools. Now if you wanted, again using a cavatelli board or a gnocchi board, you could dress these up a little bit. So using a little bit of bench flour on them, you'll do the same thing. You'll take the cut side on the board and roll it off the board. And you'll see you get all these beautiful little ridges on it. So aesthetically, they're very pretty, but they also have a use, and these ridges help to pick up sauce better than a flat surface. So the board is a great investment. I often, as funny as it is, gift this to people with a bag of durum flour and teach them how to make cavatelli, because this is really a great starter pasta. This will give you the confidence that you need in order to try other types of pasta. A glass of wine, some good company, and you can make cavatelli very easily for a lot of people. So right here already you have really a restaurant size portion. So you could go a little bit heavier if you wanted to for a home portion, but this cooked including sauce is about a portion. So I'm going to now show you orecchiette. Same thing. So we've got our little gnocchetti here that we're making. I'm not running my knife through this. I'm actually just chopping kind of straight down. it just works a lot better when you're dealing with dough because I'm not pulling it in any direction, so it's causing it to not stick to my knife. You know, and if it does, just sprinkle a little bit of flour onto it. That's what it's there for. So you kind of break these up to make it a little bit easier on you. All right, so orecchiette, little ears from Puglia. Same thing, cut side up. This time I'm going to use this part of my thumb. Okay, I'm going to again press down, roll forward. I'm then going to take my pointer finger. I'm going to pinch and I'm going to pull it over my finger and flick it off. And I end up with these little ears. Again, cut side up, front of my thumb, roll forward, pinch, pull it over my finger and flick it off. And you end up with these little beautiful little cups for the sauce. Why I switch fingers is because it allows for these trademark little tears to occur on the dough. So if you've ever seen a dried version of cavatelli, even that's a no-no to buy, you'll see that they have these trademark kind of little tears on them. And again, those are there to help pick up sauce. And that happens with the transfer from one finger to the other. The dough naturally just kind of tears a little bit. And these, again, you know, it's a pasta that you can make so easily. It's 2 ingredients, flour and water, and it's something that you can do completely by hand. You know, other than a knife and, you know, some sort of a surface to cut on, you know, you really don't need much else to do these. So it's something that you're not going to find yourself having to run to the grocery store to get all sorts of fancy things to make it. It makes it very easy. These can be frozen, so once you make them, if you wanted to make extra maybe on a Sunday, you could freeze these and later have them in the week. What you would do is put them scattered on a sheet tray, make sure that they are not touching, and freeze them like that, then pop them into a Ziploc and they will stay good in the freezer for about a month or so, in case you wanted to make extra. So now that we have made our durum dough into 2 different types of pasta, and you know that this makes both of these types of pasta plus many more, I'm going to tell you a little bit about what shape would go with what sauce. So today we're going to make cavatelli with pesto. This pasta is perfect for pesto because it has all these nice ridges. Even the flat version has kind of a little hole for the pesto to hide inside. And these are all little things that you're looking for when you're looking to pair a sauce with a pasta. Important little details. So this is ideal for a pesto. This also works really well with just a simple tomato sauce, you know, a beautiful roasted tomato sauce. So you want a little bit of a thinner sauce with this, or if it's something a little bit thicker, you want to kind of match up the bites with the same bite size as the cavatelli themselves, so that it can all be done in one even bite. With the orecchiette, something that you'll see very, very traditionally done with this in Puglia would be these with rapini, also known as broccoli rabe, and sometimes even with broccoli rabe and sausage. Garlic and oil, a little bit of pecorino romano or parmigiano reggiano with this. And the reason for that is these little orecchiette are like little cups. And they hold those little bites of sausage and those little bites of broccoli rabe perfectly. So these are the little things that you're looking for. Also, they tend to harbor a little bit of that beautiful olive oil as well. So all these little things are things to take into consideration when determining what sauce to serve with what pasta.